everybody. We want to welcome you to Lebanon Church Waukegan Bible Study here tonight. For those who have been with us for a while, you know the drill. For those who just joining us, we are really studying the Bible from start to finish. Today's subject, we're in the book of Numbers, predominantly two chapters every week. Here, we're in 7 and 8. So that means from Genesis to Numbers 7 and 8, we have covered all those chapters in detail and added all the uh, things in between so you can understand what the Bible is saying. Why is this important? Well, Jesus said that he is the door of the sheepfold. And he said he's the way, the life, and the truth. And what we narrowed all this down to is to the word. So in other words, he said anybody that enter into this door or come up any other way, that don't enter into this door or this word, because this is the word of God, this is the door he's talking about, the thief and the robber. Why is he saying that? Because if you don't know the word, then you will thief and you will rob God, because you'll get a lot of things wrong. And so now we are going through this door here so we can get a clear understanding of who Jesus is, what Jesus really did, and then our speculation of our thoughts that we thought about can be polished or brought to a point that we understand God. Okay, so Numbers 7 and 8. Now I titled this, He, meaning Moses, heard the voice of one speaking to him from off the mercy seat. Today, I'm going to place Jesus in that temper, speaking to Moses, because this is what this is talking about. And you're going to see that Jesus was physically back there in a spiritual form talking to Moses. Amen. So without any further ado, let us get to it and get at it, and let us let go and let God and move on here. Numbers here, chapter 7. It is 89 verses in here because that's a whole lot going on with this here. And it came to pass on the day that Moses had fully set up the sanctuary. Now, all the stuff God had told him in the mountain, all the stuff that he had worked on, now it is full sort up, it's operational, and it's ready to present itself to do the purpose that it had, and had anointed it and sanctified it, and all the instrument thereof, both the altar and the vessels thereof, and had anointed them and sanctified them. And after all this is done here, now that the princes of Israel heard, I'm sorry, princes of Israel, heads of the house of their what father, who were the princes of the what tribe, meaning the head of all the heads of the 12 tribe, and were over them were numbered officers, offered offers, and they brought offering before the Lord. Okay, 6 covered wagon, 12 oxen, a wagon of two two of the what princes, and each of the what each one and the what ox, and they brought them before the what tabernacle. Now you finna see, of all 12 of these people, they are bringing all this treasure to the house of God. Now, it wasn't enough that they built this church. It wasn't enough that they sanctified and followed to God. Now they're getting ready to finance the church. And the Lord said unto Moses, take it of them, the offerings of the 12 tribes, the 2 goats, 2 wagons, and all of them, each one of them, 2 oxen and the oxen and all that. God told to take it to Moses to take it here, and they may that they may be what be to do the service of the what tabernacle of congregation. So that thing, those things they needed was so that the church can be funded, and they give unto the what Levites, to every man according to his what service. So now God is blessing the people that don't have to work, because remember, their job was the church. And Moses took the wagon and the oxen and gave it unto what the Levite, as the God had said. 2 wagons and 4 oxen he gave unto Gershom according to his what service. 4 wagon they gave unto the sons of Mihah according to his service, under the hands of Isamar, the son of Aaron, the what priest. So now, remember, these are the people that were surrounding the tent to do the service. So now God took those wagons, and now He's blessing all these people. But unto the sons of Kohath He gave none, because their service was the what sanctuary. because their service of the sanctuary belonged unto them was that they should bear upon their what shoulder. So, and the prince offered to dedicate it of the dedication of the altar in the days that it was anointed. And every prince offered their wood offering before the altar. Now, this was this here offering was how you say add a plus to what it was already offering. This is not the same offering. The first thing that they did was uh, the the Levites. This is a different offering. This offering here is going to be predominantly for the sanctuary itself. The Lord said unto what Moses, thou shalt offer that they shall offer their offering, each prince on his day. So it's going to be it's going to be days of celebration, days of them doing this here. It's not going to be one day. Everybody's not going to do this in one day because they couldn't handle it. For the dedication of the altar, and he that offer his offering in the first day shall be Nisham, if I'm saying that right, the son of Abinadab, the tribe of Judah. So now Judah is going to make his offering in the first day, and it's going to follow as the name go down. And this offering shall be 1 silver charge. The weight thereof was 130 shekels. One silver bowl of 70 shekels after the shackles of the sanctuary. Both of them were filled with fine flour mingled with oil for the what meat offering. 1 spoon of 10 shekels of gold for full of what incense. 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a what burnt offering. 1 kid of the goat for a what sin offering. And for a sacrifice of a peace offering, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the what offering of Judah. We're gonna go with that. Okay. And so here we go here. So Judah goes and he make his offering for the dedication of the altar here. Okay. On the second day was Nithamar, the son of Zerah, prince of Issachar, did his offering. So Issachar now tribe is getting ready to offer. He offered for his offerings 1 silver charger, weight whereof was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 7 shekels after the shackles of the west sanctuary, both of them filled with fine mingled flowers of oil for the meat offering. 1 spoon of gold, 10 shekels, full of incense. 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a wet burnt offering. 1 kid of the goat for a wet sin offering. So remember, when we learn all these offerings, each one of these gentlemen is making an offering for their wet child. For the sacrifice of the peace offering, the same was 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Issachar. On the third day, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but that's Zebulun. This tribe is going to offer. The children Zebulun did they were offering. His offering was the same: 1 silver charger, weight thereof was 130 shekels. 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels after the sacrifice of the sanctuary. Both of them filled with fine mingled flour of oil for a what meat offering. 1 golden spoon, 10 shekels filled with incense like everybody else. 1 bullock of the ram, 1 ram of the first year for the burnt offering. 1 kid of the goat for the sin offering. And for the sacrifice of the peace offering, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, and 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offerings. Who did I say? Zebulun. On the fourth day, Reuben getting ready to offer. So the prince of Reuben finna offer on the fourth day. So you see the pattern what God was doing for each one of these gentlemen. They all made the same offering. This is for the dedication of the altar here, because all these they had to every day. They was they was going to make the offering up on that altar there. His offering was the same, was 1 silver charger of weight of 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70, a bowl of 70 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them filled with fine meal flour with oil for the meat offering, one golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense, one young bullock, one ram, one lamb of the first year for a what burnt offering. See, so you see everything they be learning about the offerings. Now they're getting ready to make these offerings. So the incense and all these other things that needed uh, to be in the church is going to be what there. Even when they was making the offering, they would burn the incense and stuff. Uh, one kid of the goat for the was sin offering. We understand that, okay. And for the sacrifice of the peace offering, there was two oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering. Uh, Zihar, the son of whoever. Okay, and we said that was Reuben. And here it's going to be Simeon. Here, that's the tribe of Simeon going to make on the 15th day. Wherever and whoever, the prince of the children of Simeon here. Okay, his offering was one silver charge, the same weight whereof was 130 shekels, one silver bowl of 70 shekels after the shekels of the west sanctuary. Both of them was filled with fine meal flour and with oil for meat offering, just like the other one. One golden spoon with 10 shekels full of incense, one young bullock and one ram, one lamb of the first year for a what burnt offering, and one kid goat for a what sin offering. For a sacrifice of the peace offering was the same: 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs for the first year. This was the son of the Semites. This was did we say Simeon or who was this right here? But anyway, all of them was making on the 6th day. Gad is going to make. And if you go back to that one chart, okay, for whatever reason, it only do it here. So let me go back and make my phone beat audio again here. So give me a minute here. Make sure. I'm going to use my phone. Give me 1 second. Then we go back over to this here. Okay, now that we got a better connection, basically all these guys are making the same offering. They're making the offering of the dedication. So since the audio on Google Meets was so bad, I'm just letting you know. Now we're on the 6th day. Gad, the tribe of Gad from the old tribe is getting ready to make his offering. It's going to be the same. The offering was one silver charger of a weight of 130 shekels, one silver bowl of 70 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary. Both of them was filled with fine flour mingled with oil for the what meat offering. One golden spoon of 10 shekels full of what incenses like everybody else had made here. And each one of these tribes pretty much is making an offering. So what are they offering? They're making an offering to dedicate the altar at this point. One young bullock and one ram, one lamb of the first year for the burnt offering, one kid of the goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of the peace offering, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Gad here. And we're saying this here, because I don't want to run through all the different names here. Ephraim was David, was from the tribe of Joseph, and both of Manasseh and Ephraim, both of them, it got a portion of Israel because remember the Levites was wiped out. So both of Joseph boys begat inheritance instead of. Okay, on the 7th day, Ephraim made his tribe made his offering. The same. His offering was one silver charger, the weight whereof was 130 shekels, one silver bowl of 70 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them filled with fine meal flour with oil for the what meat offering. One golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense, one young ram, bullock, one ram, one lamb of the first year for the what burnt offering, one kid of the goat for the what sin offering, for the sacrifice of the peace offering, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering Ephraim. Okay, Manasseh, which is another son of Joseph, his offering was the same, one silver charge, and it's the 8th day. Manasseh offered on the 8th day. And if you look at how they was put around the sanctuary, each one of these tribes, they all made their offering in correlating to where they were placed in the sanctuary. Okay, Manasseh here, we talking. He offered 5 silver charges, a weight of 130 shekels, one silver bowl of 7 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary. Both of them filled with fine meal flour and with oil for the meat offering. One golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense. One young bullock and one ram, one lamb of the first year for the what burnt offering. One kid of the goat for the what sin offering. For a sacrifice of the peace offering was the same: 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Manasseh. Next on the next day, it's going to be Benjamin, or Benjamin, how you ever say it. His offering was the same. They dedicated to the altar, so all of them had the same offering. His offering was one silver charges. The weight thereof was 130 shekels. One bowl of 70 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary. Both of them filled with fine meal flour with oil for the meat offering. One golden spoon of 10 shekels full with incense. One young bullock and one ram, one lamb of the first year for the burnt offering. One kid of the goat for the sin offering. For the sacrifice of the peace offering was the same: 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Benjamin. On the 10th day, you got Dan. The tribe of Dan is going to make his offering. You have to go back and figure the names that you want, because I can pronounce some of the names, but I do know the major part which tribe is offering. His offering was the same: one silver charge. The weight thereof was 130 shekels. One bowl of 70 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary. Both of them filled with fine meal, flour mixed with oil for a wet meat offering. One golden spoon of 10 shekels filled with wet incense. One young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for the wet burnt offering. 1 kid of the goat for the wet sin offering. And for the sacrifice of the peace offering was the same: 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Dan. All right. On the 11th day was Asher. The tribe of Asher is getting ready to offer. His offering was one silver charge. One weight thereof was 130 shekels. One silver bowl of the sanctuary filled with 70 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary. Both of them filled with fine meal, flour mixed with oil for the meat offering. One golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense. One young bullock and 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for the burnt offering. 1 kid to go for the sin offering. For the sacrifice of the peace offering was the same: 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year for the offering of who did we say? Go back here. Who was that? Asher here. Okay. On the 12th day, Naphtali is going to offer. This is his last and final offering here as we get ready to go down. Okay. His offering was the same: one silver charge. The weight thereof was 130 shekels. After one silver bowl of 70 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary. Both of them filled with fine meal flour mixed with oil for the burnt offering. One golden spoon of 10 shekels filled with incense. One young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for the burnt offering. 1 kid to go for the sin offering. For the sacrifice of the peace offering was the same: 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of who we say Naphtali here. Okay. Now this was the dedication of the altar in the day wherein it was anointed by the princes of Israel. 12 charges of silver, 12 bowls, 12 spoons of gold. That's 1 filled incense. Each charge of silver weighed 130 shekels. Each bowl 70 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary. All vessel was filled, weighted by 1,405 shekels after the shekels of the sanctuary. The golden spoon were 12 filled with incense, weighed in 10 shekels of spice after the shekel of the sanctuary. All the gold of the spoon was 120 shekels. Okay. All the oxen for the burnt offering was 12 bullock, the ram 12, the lamb of the first year 12, with their meat offering, and the kid of the goat 12, sin offering 12. All the oxen of the sacrifice of the peace offerings were 12, and 4 bullock, the ram 12 and 4 bullock, the ram 60, the goat 60, the lamb of the first year 60. This is the dedication of the wood altar after that it was anointed. And when Moses was going into the tabernacle, listen carefully, of the congregation to speak with him. Now, who's Moses going in to speak with him? Who is he going in to speak with him? He's going to speak to who? Jesus. Then he heard a voice of the one sitting. Listen, speaking. I'm sorry. He heard the voice of the one speaking to him from off the mercy seat that was up on the ark of the testimony. So Jesus was sitting in a sanctuary up on that ark from between the 2 cherubims, and he spoke unto him. So Jesus was physically there speaking unto Moses. I want you guys to see that before we move on. All right, that concludes chapter 7. Basically, all what happened was that all children of Israel came to make a dedication to the altar to the church. All of them gave what God told them to give, and that the church will be blessed. And he gave you the number of everything that he required of all 12 of the tribes. Okay. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron and say unto him, when thou lightest the lamps, and the 7 lamps shall give light over against the candlestick. Now remember, this 7 lamp, okay, is also a descriptive of the 2 witnesses and stuff like that. So understanding how that lamp was put in the sanctuary and what it meant to do and how they ministered here gives you an clue when he started talking about his 2 witnesses and things like that there. Okay. All right. And Aaron did so. He lighted the lamp thereof over against the candlestick, as the Lord commanded with Moses. And God told Moses this personally. Okay. And this work of the candlestick was of bingo unto bingo upon the shaft thereof, and the flowers thereof, and the beating were according to the pattern which the Lord had showed Moses. So he made the candlestick. Remember, back in the other book they was making. Okay, so now the church is functional. Now the church has been prepared. The altar, the things that they need for the altar, God gave them to make here. Okay, and now God is giving them instruction. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, take the Levites from among the children of Israel and clean them. So now they got to be clean. And thou shalt do unto them to clean them, to sprinkle water of purification upon them, and let them shave all their flesh, and let them wash their clothes, and so make themselves clean. And let them take a young bullock for a meat offering. each fine flour mingled with oil, and another young bullock, they should take for a sin offering. And these are the children of Israel. Now they had them because God gave them to them. And thou shalt bring the Levites before the tabernacle of congregation, and thou shalt gather the whole assembly of the children of Israel together. And thou shalt bring the Levites before the Lord, and the children of Israel shall put their hands upon the Levite, good God Almighty. And Aaron shall offer the Levite before the Lord for a offering of the children of Israel, good God Almighty, that they may execute the service of the Lord. Now, who are they going to execute? The service of Jesus. And when we read this Bible, we are executing the service of Jesus. I love that. And Levi shall lay hands upon the heads of the bullock, and thou shalt offer the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering unto the Lord, to make a atonement for the Levites. And thou shalt set the Levites before Aaron and before his son, and offer them of the offering unto the Lord. And thou shalt separate the Levites from among the children of Israel, and the Levites shall be mine; they belong to God. And after that, after shall the Levites go in and do the service of the tabernacle of congregation, and thou shalt cleanse them and offer them for a offering. For they are wholly given unto me from among the children of Israel, instead of such as open the womb. And instead of the firstborn of the children of Israel, I have taken them to unto me. And for all the firstborn of the children of Israel are mine, both men and be. In the day that I smite every firstborn from the land of Egypt, to sacrifice them unto myself. And I have taken the Levites for all the firstborn of the children of Israel. So God made it simple. He took a group of people, okay, and made them instead of the whole congregation, the way he took his life and made it instead for us for our sin. That's all that's going on now. And I have given the Levites as a gift unto Aaron and to his sons from among the children of Israel, to do the service of the children of Israel in the tabernacle congregation, and to make an atonement for the children of Israel, that there be no plagues among the children of Israel. I'm going to read it again, that there be no plagues among the children of Israel. That's why that church was so important. And when the children of Israel come nigh unto the sanctuary, and Moses and Aaron and all the congregation of the children of Israel did to the Levites according unto that which the Lord had commanded Moses concerning the Levites, so did the children of Israel unto them. And the Levites was purified, and they washed their clothes, and Aaron offered them as a offering before the Lord. And Aaron made an atonement for them to cleanse them. And after that, when the Levites after that went the Levites in to do the service of the tabernacle congregation before Aaron and before his sons. And as the Lord commanded Moses concerning the Levites, so did they unto them. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, God is still in that sanctuary talking to Moses, telling him what to do. So I just want to put that out there. This is that belong unto the Levites from 12 and 5 years old and upward. I'm sorry, I said 12, but from 20 and 5 years old upward, they shall go in and wait up on the service of the tabernacle congregation. And from the age of 50, they shall cease working unto the service thereof. So after 50 years done, ye shall serve no more, but shall minister with their brethren in the tabernacle of congregation to keep the charge, and shall do no service. These shall thou do unto the Levites, touching their charge here. So that is 26. That is 7 and 8. We got it down pat. Much what's going on. God is now setting his church up. Now church is open for business, baby. He took the Levites, he anointed them, he cleaned them up in the last. And the first one, he made sure that the altar had everything they need, the flowers that made for the meat offering, the burnt offering. God walked through every day, for 12 days, so they can understand what was going on, one tribe after the next. And then he took the Levites and cleaned them up, and now they're ready to work in the church. That's pretty much all that's going on in there. What I want to show you tonight, as the subject matter say, you heard the voice of one that spoke unto him from off of the mercy seat. So in other words, this Bible put Jesus right on the scene. Jesus was giving commandments from that mercy seat to Moses, because the sanctuary was filled, and he talking to Moses face to face, mouth to mouth, ear to ear. God, he could hear Moses perfectly. If you like what you hear, you got to go to LoveAndI'mChurchWaukegan.org again. If you like what you hear, you can go to LoveAndI'mChurchWaukegan.org again. That's LoveAndI'mChurchWaukegan.org. Please go to our live broadcast app. Select from the drop-down menu Bible study. Because like I've become part of our Bible study community, you get access of tons of videos like you hear tonight, and also you give a link to go live where you can ask the pastor question as we're getting ready to do after the service. You also get an email about every service that we have, whether the Bible study Wednesday night, and you also have a subject matter in the email so you can study along the Bible with us. May God bless each and every one of you, and forever keep you in your care. This is Pastor Chris. We sign off tonight as we get ready to go into live discussion.